G'day, Vlad here. How's it going, mate? So today we're going to get straight to the action. I've started the game at about halfway to Castle Age, and I'm about to do a castle drop. So today I'll be playing with a guy called Like a Doctor. He actually found my YouTube channel through a mutual friend of ours and fellow YouTuber Punic Curse, who has a great channel. Go check his channel out now. Or after the video rather. So we he found my channel through him, and he learned how to do my Petard build order, which really humbles me, because it's just nice to know I'm having an impact on the community, even though it is a small one. So we decided to both team up together and do a Petard rush to an opposition on ranked. So we're playing a ranked game. Red is the better of their team. Yellow is the worser of their team. So as you can see, we're both dropping the castle at pretty much the exact same time. I got attacked by a bear. Red saw this coming, because I'm not sure if you quite saw it on the screen, but Red Scout was waiting right here. So he saw it coming. He's building a defensive castle, which is quite a common strategy. I think we're both around 900 to 1100, somewhere there on the 1v1. So at our level, common strategy to defend against the castle drop is a defensive castle. And Yellow, on the other hand, is defending his Petard rush, not that he knows it's a Petard rush, with an extra layer of stone wall. But he's leaving a perfect space for me to build a little castle. Very considerate of him. Alright, so he's shooting down the gate. I've already shot down the gate. I've got one Petard. He's got a Petard too, you can tell by the flag on top. And we're doing quite nicely. Red is creating a Rumbai. Let's look at our ecos. Yellow's got a nice eco for this stage of the game. I've got one that's struggling, but when you do a Petard rush, you always have to rely on market abuse. Anyway, Green's eco is a little bit behind, but that's expected. He's quite new to the Petard rushing. I've done it quite a lot of times by now. So we're all still sort of creating villages. Green is creating less villages, but that's okay. Our vill count is, I've got the villager lead, I'm on 40, then it goes Red, who's on 37, and Green and Yellow are both on 36 apiece. So at this stage I've got 4 Petards, that's almost enough to take out a TC, and we will go look at what Green's got in their castle. No Petards, he used them. Ooh, gosh, his castle shot out there. That's where his gather point out of the castle. I think his Petard went right to this line between the castle fire ranges, and luckily turned back. Okay, so he's still only got the one Petard. So like a doctor, I know you're watching this, because who could resist watching themselves play? And just a couple things. When you're doing this strategy, it's very important to keep 2 villagers pumping and a Petard at the same time. So we'll look how many Petards I've got. So I have got 7 Petards, and I think I'm about to be dropping another castle. I'm also housed. I can't believe it. I've been playing this game for so long and still I get housed. So at this point, I sort of know that his TC's there. And I know that I've ranged his TC. That was a little bit lucky, but I sort of knew it would. So my plan has changed from petarding his starting TC to another one at this stage, I think. But I still might petard it just for fun. So what I do when I do the Petard rush is I build the castles inward, and I garrison my Petards at the furthest castle usually. So I took out his TC. Usually at this stage the opposition has more than one TC. I think, let's look at Yellow's resources. I think they might have been going for a fast Imperial, because they've almost got enough resources to go to castle then straight to Imperial Age. But, I mean, their TC's dead, so what are they going to do? They're a little bit screwed. But they're still only one Vil behind Like a Doctor. So, Like a Doctor has got his second castle up, so that's about on track. He's got a lot of petards and a lot of villagers just doing nothing in the castle. Maybe what I would have done is built a mining camp there. He's got a good defense against these around by. Oh no, what's he doing? What's he doing? Oh, that was close. Well spotted, man. Well spotted. But where he's fallen short is he hasn't really created more farms. And his eco at home is really being neglected. Whereas, you know, this is about what it should be when you're doing a Petard rush at our level. So I've started building a defensive wall. Just in case I lose this battle here. Or in case green loses it before I can get into the fight. It's just an extra layer of defense. And I'm building it behind the gate too, which is the weakest point. I plan on doing most of my attacking through here. So it's interesting, yellow, in that time he didn't have a TC, built a whole heap of scouts. Now this is going to be an interesting battle here. Yellow's eco isn't really better than mine. His Vil count is 37. Whereas red's 78 and mine is 70. But he wasn't going to stop that because the castle's within range of the one I'm building. And, I mean, Light Cav aren't that good against castle fire. So that's how that is going down at the moment. How's green going? Oh no, this is going horrible. So green's building a castle, red's building a castle, but because it's in red's base, he can afford to have way more villagers. And that's going to be a lot of stone just wasted. Or some dead villagers. Let's see how this pans out. 1 villager dead, 2 villagers dead, 3 villagers dead. Luckily only 3 villagers dead, but I don't know, about 300 stone wasted. How's things going over here? I got the castle up. He's got a TC back here. But creating all those scouts sort of ruined any chance he's got of going imp. Let's see what his resources are. He's got enough stone for a castle. So if he can get to imp, he's still got a chance of petarding it down. I'm building a little tower. Just to encroach on his space a little bit more. Green, like a doctor, seems to have run into a bit of a wall. His Petard rush has sort of been stalled, it's sort of failed. That's okay, I've really done a good job on my side. If you're both going for a Petard rush, and one player gets wiped out, it doesn't matter so much if the second Petard rush fails, as long as he can keep a bit of a stalemate and stop red from wiping him out before we can double team him. So that's the game. Yellow's got a lot of scouts. What the hell? I think he's just trying to hold in there for red to demolish. Maybe they play together. They've both got Chinese names. So I think maybe they play together and they know that red is the stronger opponent and they're backing red to win and red to pretty much win the game. This just looks like stall tactics at the moment and it's not really working. I mean, that TC is bound to die, and here we go. They don't have another TC, they've just got the 1 TC. A yellow's going up to Castle Age. Ah! If I was like 3 seconds faster, they would still be in feudal, but they got to Castle Age. And then their TC died. So yellow is really on the ropes. 35 villagers to yellow, but green still got 37. And this is his eco. Compare that to red and my own eco, and you can see sort of the difference there. But like I said, green's pretty new to the Petard rushing. I've been doing it for, I don't know, a couple of months now, so I'm pretty experienced with the Petard rushing. He's building another castle, so I'm pretty confident I can... Yellow's out of the game pretty much. It's going to be a long time before yellow can do anything worthwhile. So all green has to do is to stop red coming through here and boom up a little bit. And then we can 2v1 him, and if we can 2v1 him, it's certainly over. So after losing a number of villagers, yellow decided to stop trying to make them walk past the castles and to walk around. So let's have a look where they're going to... Okay, but first we'll have a look over here. Red's got some scouts. What are they doing? They start going to attack. So they've raided Green's villages. I mean, that was somewhat effective. Yellow's rebuilding over here, right out in the open with not many views. So I'd call him out of the game. Green did get that castle up, but they didn't get this castle up. Oh gosh, Green needs to delete that castle. Unless they haven't started building it. So fighting under 3 castle fires, not the best move by Red, but panicking at this point is understandable. So I'm in Imperial Age already, so is Red. Red's building some rams. My base is still double stone walled all the way around. Yellow's dead. Green's starting to get a little bit more eco, which is nice, and he's building another castle. So Red has to get through this castle, this castle, this castle, and then this castle before I get into the game. So when we're talking military numbers, Red has 27 units, so that's mostly Arumbai and scouts, I believe. Green has 2 military units, and I have 4, which are all Petards. So I'm getting a lot of farms and stables. I'm going to go fully winged hussar, and I'm just going to count on Green to provide counters to spears. So Red has started attacking with rams. They're capped rams. And light cav. Right, so here we go, that castle's going down pretty fast. Meanwhile, over here, Red sent some hussars, maybe to raid me, but he's not getting through that without siege. Alright, he's got the 2 castles down, he's got the 4 rams, he's got light cav. Green tried to slow him down with some Orbok, but they just died just from being outnumbered. Oh! Orbok is a beast of a unit. Oh, there we go. Alright, let's speed that up a little. I notice so many people can't control their rams properly, myself included. They're very hard to micro, and sort of using them in a macro sense is really hard. So Green's actually slowing him down. He's not stopping the red advance, but he's slowing him down. And if you look over here, I'm actually creating about 8 winged hussar at a time. And the military numbers are actually now in my favour, 36 to Red's 19. So Red and Yellow are stealing each other's resources here. I've got my winged hussar running through that open space. Red's pushing really well, but they've got this gap here, and then they've got to attack through this. So Green is pretty safe. His eco hasn't really expanded. At this point, I think I communicated with him to just hold as long as possible there, but the eco was really needing some work. Not to worry, I think he's sending some people to build a barracks. Maybe more farms, but I mean, he did well to hold Red for this long. And Red's got 7 rams totally unprotected. And those are just free kills for me. My hussars are better than his hussars, and they've got trample damage. Here we go. And at this point, I think they've lost, but they just don't know it. And there's no walls. They're trying to wall up here. I'm going to be able to navigate through all these rams, I think. There we go. Through the rams, deep into his eco. and he resigned. And from this point, it's pretty much all over. So I'm not going to bother finishing the game because you know how it goes. I mean, that's yellow and he's versing both of us by himself. So if you haven't already, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment or question down below. And we'll look at the statistics. So statistics, kills, very one-sided for us. We got most of the kills. Eco, Eco was a bit more even. Red won wood and gold. I won food, and green won stone, which wasn't surprising because he built something like 5 castles. Let's fact check that by looking at the stats. Yeah, 5 castles. Red got 3 relics, but fat lot of good that did. And timeline shows accurately what happened. So Red and I were both dominant on our respective sides. Yellow gave way a lot quicker than green. Green hanged in there, and him hanging in there longer won us the game. Just before we played this game, Like a Doctor and I actually played a 1v1 where we both hit each other with Petard rushes. It was very entertaining, and I'll leave the link to that in the comments down below. Have a good one. See you next time, mate. Bye.